The story of this film begins in a dense jungle, where a house is situated in the middle of it. A family lives there, consisting of a mother and her 2 children. One child's name is Sam, and the other's name is Nolan. They have been living in isolation for a long time because their mother believes that the human world is over. A destructive force has wiped everything out, spreading like a virus. This force is called evil, which is an entity capable of changing its form. Anyone who touches this entity loses control, becoming insane and mercilessly killing their own people. The entity deceives its victims by changing its shape, making it appear harmless. This forces the victim to approach and touch it, leading to the destruction of the world. However, this family was spared because they had designed their house to be completely safe from the entity. While the evil force could roam freely elsewhere, it could not enter their house. If the family needed to go outside, a rope would tie itself around them, ensuring that they would be protected. The evil could neither touch the rope nor harm anyone tied to it. With the help of these ropes, the mother and her children were surviving in the jungle, managing to stay alive. The ropes allowed the mother to venture out for food, as there was a nearby greenhouse where she grew fruits and vegetables. Despite this, the evil force was always lurking nearby. Interestingly, only the mother could see the evil entity, and the children had never seen it. However, the mother had warned them that the entity could appear as any animal, and they would never know it was the evil force in disguise. She told them that if they left the house without the rope and the evil touched them, everything would be over. Living in such conditions was extremely difficult. The jungle provided very little food, and the mother had a dog, but the little food they had was shared sparingly with the animal. The mother had created strict rules, which she constantly reminded her children of to prevent them from making mistakes. She also told them stories to help them understand how dangerous it was outside. She explained that their father had once been touched by the evil, which forced her to kill him. The evil had appeared to her many times, sometimes as her father, sometimes as her mother, and even as her husband. On one occasion, it appeared as a little girl pretending to be injured. The mother, however, killed her because she knew the evil was hiding within. One night, as the family went to sleep, the sound of a frog kept the mother awake. When she went outside to check, she realized there was no frog. This was the work of the evil. She saw the terrifying entity, which scared her greatly, but she managed to ignore it and return inside. This shows how dangerous the evil is, and how the family has to fight for their lives every day. The next morning, the mother decides to take her 2 children into the jungle to search for food. Before they leave, she prays that their home will continue to protect them. In the jungle, she collects whatever food she can find, whether it's a frog, an animal, or anything edible. In the harsh winter, food becomes even harder to come by, so they must eat whatever they can. Throughout their journey, we notice that Sam and Nolan, though brothers, are very different. Sam believes in all the rules his mother has set and trusts that everything she says is true. Nolan, however, is more skeptical. He sometimes breaks his mother's rules and hides, wanting to know what the evil really looks like. He questions if it is real, or if his mother is just scared. He wonders whether the outside world has truly been destroyed, and if there is any real danger. He has asked his mother these questions many times, but she always tells him that it's all a trick of the devil, trying to plant doubts in his mind. Nolan, doubting everything his mother had told him, questioned if the evil really existed. His skepticism grew as he noticed strange occurrences. One day, while searching for food, he saw a frog egg fall. The rope that tied him wasn't long enough for him to reach it, so to retrieve the egg, he would need to untie the rope and go down. However, Sam stopped him, warning that as soon as the rope was untied, the evil would come and kill him. Nolan hesitated, but, at the moment of his frustration, he stepped on Sam's rope. This caused the rope to open, and Sam fell, injuring his foot on the roots of a tree. Nolan was unable to help because the rope was stuck. Desperate, he whistled for his mother's help. Sam, meanwhile, began feeling a strange fear. The mother heard the whistle, quickly tying herself to the rope, but it was too short to reach Sam. So she untied herself, quickly went down, and rescued both children. But just as they were returning, an old, drowned woman, manifesting as the evil entity, approached them. Her tongue was unnaturally long, and she moved toward them with menace. However, at the right moment, the mother tied herself and her children to the safety rope. Although the evil entity was visible only to the mother, the children sensed her presence by their mother's fear. Once back home, the mother was furious with her children for breaking the rules. She tested them to see if they remembered the rules, as she believed that if they didn't, it meant the evil had overtaken them. After making sure they still remembered the rules, she felt relieved. However, Sam's leg was seriously injured, and his bone may have been broken. The mother had created a basement-like space in their house, where she would lock the children to ensure they feared the evil and stayed alive. Fear, she believed, was what kept them safe. Whenever the mother sat outside, the evil would come to speak to her in various forms, trying to trap her. One day, it appeared as her husband, but she was able to avoid it. Nolan's doubt in his mother's warnings grew. He questioned Sam about his experiences when the rope was untied. Sam didn't remember anything strange happening, leading Nolan to believe that the evil might just be his mother's imagination. Nolan started doubting if there was any real danger, asking if the outside world was really over. He also wondered if other people might still be alive. The mother told Nolan that they should be thankful for being alive and that they could only survive as long as they stayed in the house. Time passed slowly, and the family ran out of food. The mother was forced to make the children eat leaves and branches from trees, though they could hardly stomach it. One night, Nolan had a terrifying dream where the evil pulled him into a well. When he woke up, he found himself outside the house, without the rope. In his sleepwalking state, he had wandered out, unaware. His mother quickly took him inside, questioning him to test if he was possessed by the evil. Afterward, she locked him in the basement to instill fear and purify his soul. This incident convinced Nolan that there was no evil. He believed that if the evil existed, it would have killed him during the night. Nolan shared his thoughts with Sam, suggesting they leave the house and go to the outside world, which he believed was still safe. Sam, however, was reluctant, asking how they could leave their mother behind. Just as they discussed their plans, the mother overheard them, deeply hurt by their words. The next morning, she showed the children old photos of their family and made a picture of herself with them. She told them that they had run out of food and that they would have to kill the dog and eat it to survive. Nolan, who was very attached to the dog, felt bad about the decision, but his doubts about his mother grew. Nolan then decided to take matters into his own hands. He grabbed a knife and cut his mother's rope, locking her inside the greenhouse. He intended to prove that there was no evil and that their fear was pointless. But just as he did so, the evil appeared in the form of a woman, moving toward his mother. In a desperate bid to protect her children, the mother took a piece of glass and cut the evil entity's throat, killing it. Sam, realizing that Nolan had locked their mother inside without a rope, quickly ran to the greenhouse. He tried to undo what Nolan had done, but when he saw their mother's lifeless body, he broke down in tears. Nolan also felt deep regret, realizing the mistake he had made and now believing in the evil his mother had warned them about. He tied himself to the rope, realizing the truth. Sam, however, was gravely ill from his injuries and the lack of proper treatment. The situation grew worse with the death of their mother. Sam, trying to survive by following his mother's rules, faced tremendous difficulty due to the lack of food. One day, while Nolan was out searching for food in the jungle, the struggle for survival continued. As Nolan was walking down the road, he called out for help, but he saw no one around. When he returned home, a man appeared behind him, saying, "I heard your voice, so I came to help. Are you okay? What help do you need?" The man introduced himself as a hacker and explained that he had been passing by with his son, who heard the call for help and came to assist Nolan. However, Nolan was suspicious. He thought this man might be the evil in disguise, coming after him in the form of a hacker. The children didn't trust him either. Sick and angry, Sam came out of the house, holding his mother's crossbow. He taunted the man, his condition worsening, but his anger toward the evil and desire for revenge kept him going. The man tried to calm Sam down, explaining, "Look, I didn't kill your mother. I don't even know about the evil you speak of. I've never seen your mother before. I came here to help, not to harm you." Nolan, still unsure, said to Sam, "Brother, I don't know if he's telling the truth. He's human, not evil. Please don't kill him." But Sam, driven by the need for vengeance, wasn't convinced and attacked the man with the crossbow. The arrow struck the man's back, injuring him badly. The man fled into the jungle, with Nolan following him. Although the man struggled to breathe, he still managed to call for help. Later, Nolan returned home with a bag the man had left behind. Inside, he found food, some important items, and pictures. This made Nolan realize that the man was indeed human, not evil. He was hungry after being without food for so long. But that night, Sam heard a voice coming from outside. When he went to check, he found a girl saying, "I've come to find my dad. He told me to stay in the car, but it's night, and he hasn't come back." Sam, devastated by the fact that he had killed an innocent man, explained to the girl, "I thought he was a devil, and that's why I killed him by mistake." The girl, terrified, started running, and Sam chased after her. However, his fear overwhelmed him, and he began seeing evil figures around him. The scene cuts to Nolan, who went into the jungle to search for his brother. He began to suspect that the evil had taken control of Sam. When Nolan returned home, he found Sam in the same room, but he was completely changed. Sam tried to kill him, setting the house on fire and trapping Nolan inside. Nolan, hiding in the basement, faced the painful truth. The fire attracted rescuers, who managed to get Nolan out of the burning house. Once outside, Nolan realized that the world hadn't ended as his mother had told him. The world was still there, inhabited, and it was a lie that his mother had kept him locked away from the outside world to protect him from the evil. Later, Nolan discovered Sam's camera in the jungle, with a picture of Sam that he had taken before setting the house on fire. In the picture, Sam's shoulder showed the hand of the evil, revealing that the evil had only been affecting his family, not the outside world. Nolan now understood that his mother had kept them isolated so that the evil wouldn't spread. The evil had stayed with Sam, and now, with him out in the world, it could destroy everything. The movie ends with the grim realization that the evil has escaped and that the world is now at risk of being destroyed, possibly by Sam, and that no one could stop it.